Moses joining me on the desk. Now, Moses, you spent all weekend in Red Deer where the women's wrestlers volleyball team were looking to go for gold at the championships.
And we're looking for their first medal too. Not only that, but their first banner. It's been a program that's been on the rise for quite some time, and trying to at least get there. The only team that stood in their way were the Nate Ooks, who are also looking for their first championship. And we go to the highlights. The Rustlers were coming out strong in the first set, up 22-12. ACAC Player of the Year Ashley Lang blocking Ashley Lee's hit. Then on set point, Peggy Sommerfeld caps it off and helps the Rustlers take the first set 25-13. Ooks start coming back in the second though. Lee with the cross-court kill. Laura Popplestone can't handle the heat. Ooks up 24-22 to set point. Rustlers don't give up. You see Erica Lustig's kill attempt getting a piece of the blockers and out, but the Ooks would take the set 27-25 after Stephanie Penner is denied by Ashley Orr. The green and gold get back on track, up 23-14 in the third set, and Erica Lustig hammers it down the line for the point. And it's Lustig again for the almost the exact same spot there. Rustlers do take the set 25-15. Rustlers one set away from the title, but unforced errors were their undoing in the fourth. Ooks hang on to win the fourth set 25-23 to force the fifth and deciding set. The Rustlers were up 7-3, but Nate storms right back, and they would win a thriller in the Deer. 3 sets to 2, 13-25, 27-25, 20-25, 25-23, and 15-11. That's a lot of numbers. Ashley Lang led the way with 14 kills for the Rustlers, while Sarah Watson-Kostoniak had 12 kills for the Ooks. And we head back to Red Deer for a recap of the final.
It was a game full of drama worthy of an Oscar. The Nate Ooks and the Lakeland Rustlers going the distance, with the Ooks capturing their first ACAC title, while the Rustlers are still searching for their first volleyball championship.
I think maybe we let our emotions get to us a little bit. This was a pretty big match, so I think we kind of had some ups and downs. But we had some crappy calls against us, but can't use that, but it's tough.
According to head coach Austin Dyer, the Rustlers did most of the damage to themselves, committing several service errors and blowing big leads late in the game.
We didn't serve very well in the fifth set, and it definitely cost us. At the same time, the match should have been over 3-0. We had opportunities to take care of things earlier in the match, so it should have been done earlier, but that's not the way it went.
The Ooks were a team that thrived under the pressure throughout the tourney, knocking off the 2 top seeds in Alberta to capture their first medal in their program's history.
In the fifth set there, we were in our own little hothouse because we play the fifth games and we've been learning how to play them under pressure well, and we sort of showed that at the end.
The Ooks were led by their 2 fifth years. Left side Sarah Watson-Kostaniak, who had 12 kills, and setter Kelsey Blyer, who took home MVP honors.
It's unbelievable right now. It's hard to describe. It's still kind of setting in, but it's amazing.
Despite missing out on their first provincial title, there is a silver lining for the Rustlers, a chance at a national championship.
Now, it was the story for the Heat. Their best-of-3 series was tied at 1, but the Heat had success at home going to the playoffs versus Leduc, where the opponents were outscored 13-3. So midway through the first period, Braden Goulet will receive the pass off his face. Then he slides a 5-hole for his third of the playoffs. That's 1-0 for the Heat. Later in the frame, Cole Johnson all alone, but denied by the glove of Colton Lancaster. Still 1-0 in the second. Trey Deuten banks it off the skate of Cole Godden. Lancaster, though, stops it just in time. And the other way, Tyson Gruniger tees it from the blue line, which handcuffs Austin McGrath, tying it up at 1. But 45 seconds later, Johnson moves in all alone, and he won't be stopped. They retake the lead. That's the Heat. Johnson, not finished, makes a nice move here in the slot, ripping it upstairs for his second of the night. Heat up 3-1. He continued to press. Ashton Oakes lets it fly from the top of the circle. What a shot. Lloyd in full control, up 4-1 after 40. Now 5-1 Heat. They put it to bed on a 2-0. Goulet finishes it off with his second of the game. 6-1. Leduc would add another one late, but they take this. The Heat do 6-2. So more playoff action. Game 6. We'll have the Lloydminster Bandits taking on the Killam Wheat Kings. Now, the Bandits were down 3-2, trying to force a Game 7. In the first period, Jelani Whitestone gets a crack on net. doesn't get to go, but he does get a goal in the first period. Jared Wayhill does also make a stretch pass, a nice one to Brody Pollard, to make it 2-0 for the Bandits. They would actually take this one 6-0 to force Seventh Heaven going in Killam on Wednesday night. Now that's all the time we have for sports. We'll have more news and weather coming up.